Hello and welcome to Galaxy Advisors. The purpose of this video is to explain how to obtain a Google Custom Search Engine or CSE API key, and I've updated this as of August 11th, 2015 to reflect the changes in the Google developer page. Overall, the steps are first to create a Google account if you do not already have one. Now, if you have a Gmail account, you already have a Google account. The second step is to sign into the Google console and enable a custom search engine CSE API key. And the third step is simply to start Condor 3, do a web fetch, and enter in your Google CSE API key and the Condor CX key. Now, this is only required the first time. Note these keys will be saved in a file called condor.properties. Again, the first step is to create a Google account. Again, only if you don't have one. If you already have like a Gmail account, you already have a Google account, so you can skip this sign-in step. If not, just simple go to this page and complete the form, and that creates a Google account. Now, all the links that are in this video are in the show more under the description of the video, so you can just copy and paste those into your browser. The second step is to sign into the Google console here at https://code.google.com/apis/console. Now, depending upon your Google account and existing projects, you may or may not get this exact page. It will be something very similar, but generally in the left-hand side, after you enter in that URL, you'll see the APIs on the left side of the menu, and just click the API. And the next step, step 4, is to enter Custom Search API into the search box. So just type in Custom Search API, and then it automatically will find the Custom Search API. And once it sees that, as I indicated below here, just click on that name. Step 6, click on the blue Enable API, and once that is done, you'll see the page will refresh, and you'll now be able to, if you wish, to disable the API. But beneath that, you're going to see 3 little hot text ones called Overview, Usage, and Quotas. So that these are information pages about the API. They give you how many searches you've done and your quotas. And let's just take a look at those too. For usage, it tells you the number of requests that you have over the past 30 days or month and so on. You can change the search time. And then the quota, it tells you for a billing status. The first important thing is the first 100 searches per day are free. You don't have to do anything else. It already enables you to get those 100 searches per day, and it shows you about the free quota, total quota, and remaining for that, and the per user limit. So now if we go back to the page here on the console, you want to click underneath APIs the word credentials. And here in credentials in step 9, you'll see your API key. I've kind of highlighted here. It'll start with something like an A. It's a very long key. I've kind of masked my key here. And what you want to do is select that and save it someplace, so later when we start Condor, you can just paste that in. So the next steps are we're going to start Condor 3 and do a web fetch. You're going to enter your Google CSE API key and enter the Condor CX key, which is shown below. And again, this key is located in the show more beneath the video description. And again, these keys will be saved in a file called condor.properties in your Condor folder. So the next step is to start Condor 3. Remember first to start the MySQL server first. And step 11, create or switch to your database and open existing data set or create a new one. Then you notice on the menu you're going to click fetch. So you're going to do a web fetch on the menu, click fetch, and then select web fetch. Then when the web fetch page comes up, you'll notice at the very top gives you a couple fetcher APIs, and you're going to check Google CSE. And then here's where I've highlighted the Google CSE key, your API key, pasted in. And then again, enter the Google, the Condor CX key. It's a long key here. Again, it's located below the show more, and copy and paste it in there. Enter a query. I entered in, for example, one of my favorites, iWire. Look for results for per query entered 50, only one depth that it's going to search at, and so on, and then click next. Once that fetch is done, give you a little message there. I've gone up and clicked view and said static view, and then here is my static view of that particular fetch I just did. Again, with that, the CSE and the CX keys are saved in a Condor's property file in your Condor folder. You'll see them there. And then finally, you can always return to the Google console, again at that URL beneath the page, and click on Overview, Usage, and Quotas to see what your activity has been using the Google CSE key. And with that, we welcome to Condor 3 and conducting a Google custom search engine. We hope you enjoy this service.